Hi everybody, and welcome to this edition of GameLife, where you can get your official dose of gaming goodness. This episode, we don't have Andrew here, so that plus...
Hallelujah!
Yeah.
Well, wait. Actually, we do have him here, sorta. He is doing a review of Jet Force Gemini for the N64.
Which I started.
You can know!
Yeah, reviewed it with him.
And what about you?
Oh, well, since I'm holding this Xbox 360 controller, I can only indicate that I'm reviewing Saints Row for the Xbox 360.
Oh man! Thanks to GameLife, I am doing NASCAR 2007.
I don't know what that's gonna be like.
It's very interesting.
You'll just leave it at that?
Yeah.
Alright. We'll find out in your review later on.
Oh yeah. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode of
GameLife.
Now, don't get me wrong, I love my occasional Burnout and Need for Speed, but, you know, they kind of get repetitive driving away from the cops and just crashing into other cars. I miss the day of good old racing, where it's just you versus everyone else, and luckily there is still NASCAR 2007. Today I'm going to review the PlayStation 2 version, so let's take a look and see what makes this game a pretty good game.
The cars in NASCAR 2007 are pretty detailed, everything from the sponsorship logo to any other designs they may have on them are there. However, the character models, they kinda look like something out from the PlayStation 1. The audio in this game is actually pretty good too. They do have a wide variety of music ranging from rock to country, of course. The sound on the tracks really matches up to what I actually watched on TV, and oh man, I don't like watching NASCAR, but still, nonetheless, EA managed to capture the sound very good. The biggest part about the sound that I love is the fact that they talk in the helmet, so then it actually feels like you are in the car. Another thing that impressed me this year is that they actually have a storyline. Now, for all intents and purposes, I have not played a NASCAR game up until now. Apparently, what you do is you start at the bottom and try to make your way to the top by qualifying on each race. And then the better you do qualifying, the sooner you will start in the race. And of course, you keep doing better and better, there will be some companies that will try to get you to go and join their team. The gameplay, on the other hand, is pretty simplistic. All you do is hold down the R2 button and keep going around and around and around and around and around. But yeah, that gets boring. But, you know, it may actually hit the spot in some people. Believe it or not, NASCAR is actually getting popular, if not already. Another thing I gotta give credit on is the AI. I mean, this is actually pretty good. They will try to block you and, you know, even sometimes ram you against the wall, which actually, it could make it a little bit like some other games, but it definitely adds. One thing that bugs me about the NASCAR on TV is the fact that they can go for 3, 4, or more hours. I mean, it really is repetitive and pathetic. It just makes me want to puke. The good thing about this game is that you can adjust the race length accordingly. Although you cannot set the number of laps that you want yourself, they do have a few different options in there that range from short or endurance to a normal NASCAR race length.
I like this game, I really do, because it's still a pure racing game, and yet it mimics the NASCAR sport perfectly. But it does have some downsides like the graphics, but I love the in-game helmet talking. Don't get me wrong, that is one of my favorite things. But I'm gonna have to go ahead and give this a 7.5.
Can you believe the quality of games that Rareware is putting out for the Xbox 360? I mean, Cameo, Elements of Power, and Perfect Dark Zero were just so underwhelming, it's not even funny. But there was a time when they were king of Nintendo games, and I'm going to take you back to that time with Jet Force Gemini for the Nintendo 64. Here's my review of this underrated game. So Jet Force Gemini is one of those third-person action-adventure games where you go and collect stuff just for the sake of completing the game. So, I mean, really the storyline, I mean, you basically play the role of Juno at first.
And you pick up Vela, and then you pick up Lupus, the little dog character.
And basically you collect all these things and shoot enemies, kill bosses. Basically the whole Rareware type thing. They love their collecting items. Yeah, so now let's talk about what we thought about the graphics. I mean, Alex, I mean, you're a pretty good fan of this graphics.
Yeah, the graphics are nice. I just think the water is, I don't give a shit. The graphics are good enough for me. It's the gameplay that matters, people, right?
Right. I mean, okay, the graphics, I mean, I think they are a little bit on the slow side. The frame rate is a little bit lagging. But overall, I mean, it's an N64 game. I had to give it. It's not like current gen or anything. So. Although the graphics aren't exactly the best, there is one thing that's really going for this game, and that's the sound. I mean, it has such an orchestral sound, especially for 1999, and the cartridge as well. I mean, it sounds like this is coming from a PlayStation almost. I mean, it's ridiculous how good it is. I mean, why couldn't Rare do this for other N64 games?
GoldenEye Perfect Dark have great soundtracks.
But not like orchestral.
Well, not as memorable as this game.
Yeah, so
this game has some epic music.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, the controls in this game are a little bit on the wonky side. I mean, I just spent about like 10 minutes trying to get a treasure chest open, and they could have done a lot better with the controls. I mean, what do you think?
The shooting mechanics remind me a lot of like the GoldenEye.
Definitely, but I mean, overall, I mean, I feel like the movement and stuff is a little bit on the wonky side, where you get like you can't really control like where you are on the screen a little bit, and it's a little bit slow sometimes. It's not all that great, and it could have been done a lot better, I think. Now, the real judgment to this game is really how it plays, and really this game is kind of addicting, but also extremely repetitive at the same time, just because you have to collect all these items like tribal ship parts and all this other stuff. Like, it seems.
Although when you collect these like the enemy like heads, when you collect all of them, which can be tedious in its own right.
Yeah.
You get like a Mr. Pants little secrets.
Yeah, but I mean that's only if you're really hardcore into this game.
Really hard.
I'm really not gonna play this game for that long. I mean, yes, it does have the multiplayer, Alex. In the multiplayer mode, there's 3 different modes. There's just the battleground, there's the target mode, and also like a racing game, which is pretty fun. Overall, I think it's pretty lame and nothing really all that exciting. This game does impress me. It keeps me for a little bit. I mean, not as much as Alex, but it does have some pretty damn good features in there that
Basically, the only thing in this game that keeps his attention is the music, so...
Yes. That's actually pretty true. I mean, a 7 isn't all that bad for a score, so, I mean... What would you give it?
I'd give this an 8, because I like the shooting things, and I like collecting things.
And I object, bitch! I'm going to be reviewing Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney for the Nintendo DS. Phoenix Wright is a new lawyer who is just starting his first case, which is a murder trial. This game is a text-based, point-and-click detective murder mystery game. All you need is the stylus and your voice, and then you're ready to put people in jail for 30 years so then they can get raped by their cellmate named Big Bertha. At the beginning of each case, you investigate and find clues, and then you actually move on to the trial phase. Once in the trial phase, it's your job as Phoenix Wright, that's me, to find holes in people's testimonies. After the trial phase, you go into the examination phase, where you find the said plot holes in people's testimonies. You do this by screaming, "Objection!" into the DS microphone. Objection! Objection! Now, a lot of people might think this game would be really easy since you could just scream objection the whole time. But that's not true, because you can only have 5 failed objections for each case. To prove your objections, you must present various evidence in order to prove it. You do this by screaming, "Take that!" into the microphone. Take that! Aw, puppy. Take that! I really don't have any problems with this game. I mean, it's not great, but there's nothing wrong with it. So, I'm gonna give Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney a 10 out of 10. And my only objection is that you don't own this game yet.
While a lot of free roaming games just copy and paste the whole GTA formula without modifying it drastically, Saints Row from THQ and Volition do that job pretty well because they improve on the whole GTA formula. All these bells and whistles that really make you think, yes, this is a great game to be on the 360. Find out why this is true for this game in my review. A key feature to this game is the character creation system. This offers an almost infinite number of options to create just about any kind of character you wish. On the other hand, you can only create a male character, which is surprising, since the gangs in this game do have female members. Shooting in Saints Row works well. It has an easy and responsive aiming interface, a great quick select inventory, and an arsenal of really gratifying guns that work whether you're on foot or inside a car. The radar and map system is so much better than GTA's. Rather than just giving you an arrow with a general direction to travel, Saints Row maps out the actual route you need to take. This is great when you are feeling tired and just want to get to that freaking destination so you can save your progress. The soundtrack in this game provides us with a lot of songs that people can love or hate. While the majority of music stations are rap and hip-hop, other music stations are there for people with other tastes. Voice acting is top-notch with people like Keith David, and Michael Rappaport. It is also cool how details such as how the radio station's volume changes depending on how far or close you are to its source. The Havoc physics engine has been put to great use in this game, as could be seen through the insurance fraud activity where you get money from running into oncoming traffic. It is also fun kicking around a fallen body repeatedly. The best thing about this game's graphical detail is how well your environment is reflected off of the vehicles in the game. Fire effects look great as well as the typical water sprouting from a knocked over fire hydrant. Character models look decent. You can take your created character online in several different contests. Most of these are variations on Deathmatch, Team Deathmatch, and Capture the Flag, but special note must be made of Blinged Out Right and Protect the Pimp. The downside to the Xbox Live experience is the lag that can be very noticeable, as well as the amount of time it takes to get a game going. Saints Row from THQ and Volition really give the GTA series a run for its money, because everything in this that improves upon the formula, like I said in my intro, and I really stick by that. Then again, the multiplayer could be more fleshed out, but for what it's worth in this game, it's great. Online multiplayer is pretty good too. And yeah, so I give this masterpiece a 9 out of 10.
Today we're shopping for video games in Hollywood, California. This is GameLand, and it is on the corner of La Brea Avenue and Santa Monica Boulevard. And what's really special about this place is that it shares a space with a check cashing joint. If you just got paid and you want to buy some new games, GameLand is the place for you. Hi, how are you? I'm fine, thanks. What's your name? Jamie and Melissa from GameLife. Nice to meet you too. We are looking today for a game to review for our show. So do you have any recommendations? Anything new preferable? I think I really am going to take Loco Roco with me today. I'll take it. Thank you.
I think it's going to be an interesting Christmas with two systems coming out head to head. What the consumer thinks about the whole thing.
And which system are you excited for?
All of them, actually. I don't hate any system. I love them all. I think a lot of consumers might walk into a store this Christmas and say, wow, I can get a 360 and a Nintendo for the price of a Sony. So you might see people walking out with two for the price of one in that respect. It's going to be interesting, to say the least. Yeah.
I don't really know how to follow that up. That was pretty concise, and I'm just going to take my game and go. So far, this game is really, really cute, and it's really fun and very simple to control. The only controls that you use are the left and right triggers. If you press just one of them, the whole screen tilts back and forth, making your little guy roll around. If you press and hold both of them, then you can supercharge a jump, and you can kind of make his round figure bounce around. This game looks pretty simple, and I think it's the kind of game that really anybody can pick up and play, even if they're not familiar with the PSP or with video games in general. Let's go take it around and see what people think of it. Oh my god, there's Batman. Let's go make him play Loco Roco. What do you think of it so far?
Well, I got him stuck. Hang on. Okay, here we are. Not bad. I mean, kids will like it. It's obviously something for truly simple-minded people, but well, it's like watching your fat friend run. That's what it's like. I'm telling you, come on.
What do you think?
Awesome.
Chucky says it's awesome. Like, he's all into it. He's really like, he's gonna clear this stage. Do you want to give the game a try? You just gotta roll that little guy around, and you gotta gobble up as many of those turnip-looking things as you can. Who knew Darth Vader was so nice? You're doing really well.
Thank you. There you go.
His massive hands just can't hold on to the PSP, so
yeah.
Thank you so much.
If you don't mind, I'll work on a little tip if that's okay.
You know, we don't have anything today. We're just doing this for the internet. It's not like a big budget thing. Thank you.
I heard about this thing, this gadget here.
You heard about it?
Yeah, I heard it was real good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Have you ever played one before?
Nope, but I seen people have it. Also, you get the internet on it too, and you can download phone rings and everything.
You can download. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it does a lot of tricky stuff.
My name is Payasito Papelito. A mí, beautiful today, beautiful, ya.
Es divertido, ¿no?
Mucho divertido para mí, todo, mucha gente, bastante gente. Ay, usted también, ay, qué feo. Sí, todos bonitos son, menos, ay, hola, ¿cómo estás? Parece gorila ya.
Ok, muchas gracias.
Thank you very
Gracias.
much.
Let me see.
Sí,
Is it working now?
no, pues sigue.
Oh, wait. Well, that was lame. No more PSP for me, at least not today. And Loco Roco looked like it was going to be a lot of fun, and I probably would have given a 7.5 out of 10, and unfortunately I won't get to finish it today. But join me next time. And now back to the Gamers Lounge.
Well, folks, that about does it for episode 9. But don't forget, you can contact us using the GameLifeShow.com forums, the GameLife chat room, which, of course, you can find under the Contact Us section, or you can do the old-fashioned way and email us at
Alex@GameLifeShow.com,
Dave@GameLifeShow.com, Melissa@GameLifeShow.com, Jeff@GameLifeShow.com, and
I think it was Andrew@GameLifeShow.
thank you.
Yeah.
That is it. Oh man, thank you so much.
Oh.
And remember,
It's not just live.
wait, dude, that's Andrew's line.
Oh, that's true. We
Yeah.
can-
All right. Bye.
Bye. Put the light on. Maybe I'll let you back.
It doesn't look great up close, but...
Oh my god.